Hello everyone, this is Enea here, and in today's tutorial I'll teach you how to create the Celtic Heart Knot in Affinity Designer. This knot is made of 3 circles and 1 heart, and represents the connection between 2 people. Alright, so to get started we go to File New and we create a new composition. We give it 2000 by 2000 pixels in dimensions, and we click on Create, and then we make sure that snapping, snap to spread, and snap to object bounding boxes are enabled. And then we're going to start drawing the figure. So we take the ellipse tool, we set the fill to none, we leave the stroke as black, and we set the stroke width to 20 points. And then, while holding shift, we go ahead and we create a circle of about 850 pixels in dimensions. And then we take the move tool, we center the circle along the vertical axis, and we position it in the lower half of the composition. And then we're going to duplicate and rotate it. So we go here to enable transform origin. And we set the rotation center along the vertical axis and slightly underneath the inner extremity of the circle. And then we press on Enter to bring out the Move Duplicate panel. We check on Duplicate, and we set the number of copies to 2, and the rotation angle to 120 degrees, and we click on OK. So now we have all the 3 circles that we need for the figure. The next step is going to be to create the heart. So we take the Heart tool, we'll leave the fill and the stroke settings as they are, and then while holding Shift to preserve the proportions, we go ahead and we create a heart of about 900 pixels in width, and then we select it with the Move tool, and we position it somewhere in the middle of the figure, and then we need to arrange the heart a bit more. So first we're going to diminish the spread a bit to around 14%. Make sure that it is centered. And also we're going to make it a bit less wide. So from here, from the midpoint on the right extremity, we scale it down while holding Ctrl until it has the width that we want. Alright, so now we have the heart as we need it. The next step is we select all the elements in the composition, and we go to Layer, Expand Stroke. So what this Expand Stroke operation does is that it converts the stroke object into fill. So now the objects are fill only. We need to do this operation before we start manipulating the figure with the Shape Builder tool. And also we go here to the Color panel. We set the stroke to none and the fill to black. And then we press Ctrl A to select all the elements again. And we take the Shape Builder tool. We set the action to minus and the cleanup to none. And we're going to remove all the outer parts of the circles. And then we switch the action to plus, and we're going to connect the parts that we need connected together. So we connect the elements here, 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 and finally the elements here. And then the last step is going to be to create the gaps between the elements. So we take the Contour tool, and we're going to diminish the radius. So I will set it to -3 pixels. And as you can see, this creates the gaps between the elements. And finally, if we want, we can give it a bit of color and noise. So I'll set the color to a darker shade of green. And also I will give the figure a bit of noise. Alright, so that was it for this tutorial. You learned how to create a Celtic Heart Knot in Affinity Designer. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something from it. And until then, see you next time. Bye.